to swing big and hit heavier. This is the Tennis Warehouse racket review of the 8th generation of the Yonex VCORE 98 Plus. Still a powerfully precise weapon for aggressive players, this 8th gen of the VCORE 98 Plus is extended in length by ½ inch and has been built to deliver heavier ground strokes, bigger serves, and rock-solid stability against pace. For this generation, Yonex updates the beam and grommet system to boost aerodynamic snapback and pocketing, all while keeping that plush, arm-friendly feel intact. We have had a chance to hit so many of the VCORE rackets. I specifically have hit 3 of the 98s, and I have to say, just like many previous versions, this extended 98 is my favorite out of the family of VCOREs right now. I love that it has that boost in power, stability, and plow through, yet it still feels like I can maneuver it. I struggled a tiny bit with the 98 Tour as it was a little hefty for me, but then that standard 98, I wanted a little more heft. So the 98 Plus gives me perfect plow through, extended reach, and I love it from the baseline. Somewhere I also loved it was at the net. It's really easy for me to stick my racket out and hold it stable and keep it right where I want my volleys to go. I've been playing around with a little bit of touch and I'm having no problem carving out some nice little shots from the net, trying to hit some more personality into my game. And then, as I've said with many of the previous VCORE 98 Plus rackets, I love serving with this one. This one reminds me so much of that SV 98 Plus that we all loved. This one falls right in line with that one. So I was really excited to hit big first serves, carve out a little bit of kick, a little slice. I could get some more power. I'm trying to work on getting a little more power on my first serves, and this racket definitely helped with that. All in all, I struggled through the VCORE playtest with finding specific precise shots, but I didn't have the same problems with the extended version. I don't know, maybe there's a little extra magic in that extra ½ inch, but it worked perfectly for me. Really fun, guilty pleasure racket.
I'm a huge fan of extended length rackets as they suit my counterpunching game pretty well, and this latest VCORE 98 Plus fit in perfectly for what I was looking for from this racket. It actually ended up being in the top 2 VCOREs for me out of this whole 8th generation line. Close second would maybe be the 95, but this 98 Plus for me was just really conducive for helping rein in some of the power that this franchise is inherently working with. I felt like the higher swing weight really helped sort of slow down my shots, and I could just easily trust rolling over and through either backhands or forehands to really get a consistent deep ball with lots of spin. And so yeah, just really enjoyed extending points with this racket, and up at the net, I didn't find the additional length to be that cumbersome. It was great for anything shoulder height or above as far as bringing it back down into the court, and I thought I did a decent job picking up lower volleys as well. And on serves, as expected, this racket is more or less a dream. Great spin, great power, good reliability, and again, it hides its swing weight pretty well for being an extended length racket. The one area where I maybe did struggle a little bit was on return. I do typically like to be pretty aggressive on return, go after smaller spots, and with that extended length, it wasn't always the best, but that being said, the extra reach helped me get to a lot of heavier firsts that otherwise I maybe would not have been able to get to. So definitely helpful from a defensive perspective there. But overall, I think that this is a great update. Kind of like the rest of the VCOREs, a little bit more power, a little bit crisper, firmer through contact maybe. So if you're looking for even more power from the VCORE family, I think that this is a very nice update overall.
As with previous versions of Yonex's VCORE 98 Plus, I feel this new 8th generation update is all about easy power, comfort, spin, along with a level of stability that's typically reserved for substantially heavier rackets. Now, speaking about previous models, I could tell straight away that this racket feels even more solid than the prior iterations, specifically in the throat area where Yonex has beefed this up by a full millimeter. So from the ground, I really felt like I had excellent control of my shots, depth, the wider spread to that 16-19 pattern added a lot of easy spin. If I was challenged at all from the baseline, it might be a little adjustment with my backhand slice, but with a little bit of time and adjustment, I made that happen as well. Another place I might have struggled a little bit was hitting short angles out wide. I'm not known for that, but this racket definitely wasn't the most maneuverable for me. But from everywhere on the court, I really enjoyed playing with this racket, both doubles and singles. Again, most comfortable from the baseline, but serving with this racket was a breeze. And like Michelle mentioned, it was just mindless control of where you wanted to put your volleys at net, just extra reach, lots of stability and plow through. Just a great test. Anyone who's looking at that easy power racket that's playing with a heavier racket, this racket's going to be quite a bit easier to swing than the 98 Tour.
My racket of choice for quite a long time has been the E-Zone 98 Plus, which is basically a very similar spec racket with some minor differences to this VCORE. And as soon as I got out on the court, I just really felt at home. The swing weight, the weight of the racket from the baseline, it just felt really smooth and natural. The one thing I noticed with these VCORE rackets is that string spacing. So for me, I tend to hit quite a bit of topspin, especially on my forehand, so I could really get an easy arc on the ball, clear the net, hit some of those really easy angles cross court. And on serve, I noticed the spin and the net clearance with this racket. For my kick serves, it felt like they really jumped off the court. The slice serve, I was getting a lot of action. I would say in terms of feel, I really like this glossy paint job, the finish to it. It kind of takes me back to that SV version with this glossy paint job here. I really noticed some similarities in the feel. This one is a bit more flexible and comfortable, and also the head shape and the string spacing is more open, but just a really nice clean feel. I would say for the past couple months, this has been probably my favorite racket to hit with. I would say if I had to knock the racket, I feel like the swing weight's already really high, so I would probably add some weight in the handle to make it more head light. I would also use a thicker gauge poly to kind of try to make the string bed a little more dense and a little more control oriented, but it just has a really nice feel. It felt really natural in my hands. I think it's my favorite of the VCORE line, although I did like the precision and the touch and feel aspect of the 95. But all in all, a great racket, and I'll keep hitting with it quite a bit. For this review, we tried a bunch of different Yonex poly strings, including Polytour Strike, Polytour Pro, and for today we have the Polytour Drive strung at 53 pounds. For more information on this racket or anything tennis related, be sure to head to Tennis Warehouse, Tennis Warehouse Europe, or Tennis Only.